Hi, I'm Amy, and I want to share with you 5 strategies that you can start using today that are going to help you create more happiness in your everyday life. Now, let's be clear, this is not magic dust. This is not going to sprinkle the glitter on your life and poof, you've got an amazing, happy life. These are ideas that I have worked with over years and months. And yes, they made an immediate impact, but the real power is really committing to these, giving them a go, and then experimenting and finding which one works best for you. So let's dive in with idea number 1. You need to know where you're starting from every single day. So this is about when you wake up in the morning, being aware of what you're thinking, what you're feeling, how you've nurtured yourself, what's on your agenda for the day. And this is also about internal and external experiences. So knowing where you're starting from every day means that you're clear about what needs to happen for you on that day. Typical things that I usually share with my clients are to think about how hydrated they are, how well rested they are, how much lovely food they've been eating and whether it's been the right kind of food based on your goals and aspirations. Exercise, activities. In fact, I have an amazing download that will really help you with this called Awaken Your Awareness. And that contains a snapshot of several areas that you can just self-assess really briefly. And this is not about beating yourself up or kind of getting upset with yourself because you haven't been doing all the things. This is about knowing where you're starting from. It is a snapshot in time. So every single day, these things might be different. Whether you've had a good night's sleep, you might give yourself a 10 out of 10 because you went to bed well last night, you slept solidly, and you woke up this morning feeling rested and energized. And if you do that again in a week's time, you might have had a broken night's sleep. You might find you're a 6 out of 10. It doesn't matter. The score in itself really is just the indication to know, is this something that needs to be a priority for you today? Is this something that needs to be a priority for you this week or this month? And with all of the aspects that I'm giving you in this little snapshot series, it's all about noticing, it's all about prioritizing, it's all about recognizing where things are in balance and where they're out of kilter. So go on and dive into that Awaken Your Awareness sheet and start to self-assess where you are in different aspects of your life so that you know where you're starting from each and every day. Knowing where you're starting from means that you can track progress as well. So you can look at, are there certain times of the month where you feel more on top of things than others? Is there something going on in your life that means that some of those aspects are more of a priority or less of a priority? I always love tracking because I just think it gives us so much useful information. When we look back and we join up the dots, we notice the patterns and we can see our incredible progress. Idea number 2 is about the language you use with yourself. Now, I'm talking here about the words, the thoughts, the feelings, internally and externally. And it's a big topic, okay? I'm not going to cover it all here today, but I want to share with you the idea of knowing the way you speak to yourself, the language that you use with yourself, and how that can show up and make a massive difference in terms of creating an even better life for you. If you're constantly telling yourself off, or you're talking down to yourself, or you're using unhelpful or destructive language in life by saying, I can't do this, it's too difficult, I've got no time, I'm not skilled enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I don't know, 1,000,001 different things you could say to yourself that are stopping you from moving forward. So I want to encourage you to think about using positive, helpful, and constructive language. Now, this is not about lying to yourself. It's not about being falsely positive. It's not about trying to pretend to be happy when you're not. But there is definitely something about the language you use and actually that's setting you up for success and progress. In essence, you're programming your brain. So if you're saying to yourself, I feel unfit, I feel weak, I don't feel good about myself, then you're really letting your brain hang on to that truth. And get this, our brains hold on to the negativity so much stronger than the positivity. Our brains have a negativity bias because it's designed to protect us. But hey, this is the thing. If you're choosing language that's more designed to help you and to be constructive, it will get you further. So jumping to an affirmation that says, I feel fit, strong, and healthy might feel like a bit of a leap if you're not there yet. However, choosing language that says, I feel healthier, fitter, and stronger every day. That might feel like better for you and more of a reframe that fits with where you are now and where you want to be. That's just one example, but that's a prime example of how you show up for yourself and how you use that positive language, that helpful language, to enable you to connect with what good looks like and feels like in your life right now. So create your own affirmations and mantras designed for what you want in life and where you want to be. Record them, put them on paper, use them on your phone backgrounds, write them in a list, repeat them over and over. It does make a really positive difference, and especially on those days where you're having a little wobble, just calling on your affirmation or mantra to help just power you through can make the world of difference. So if you haven't tried this already, I really encourage you to give this one a go. Idea number 3 is about cultivating a healthy mindset. Now, again, there's loads more to this than what I'm sharing here, but I want to give you some quick fire tips that you can start to put in place right now, from today, that you can start implementing towards helping you to create an even better life for you and those around you. And mindset and the power of positivity are really, really incredible to work with. So when you're faced with obstacles in life, what do? Do you let them hold you back? Do you feel like you tremble? Do you feel like... So when you're faced with obstacles in life, do you stumble, trip and fall? Do you allow yourself to feel completely stuck and overwhelmed? I know I have in the past, and sometimes it's easier to stay stuck than it is to move forward. But those obstacles, those challenges that we have, they're just us navigating life's ups and downs. And anything we try and change in our life is going to give us those little humps in the road, the little things that we need to overcome, get over, around, through, whatever. And it's about how you perceive those things, whether you look at them as obstacles or whether you look at them as opportunities. And that sounds so simple in a sentence, but honestly, that is a game changer for your mindset in terms of making things happen, pushing on through. Because what you learn when you face those obstacles and you navigate those ups and downs and you pass them, you learn about yourself, you grow, you develop, you build your inner strength and your resilience. So here's idea number 4. I want you to notice the niggles. I want you to notice what comes up for you. And I want you to get focused on where you do those things that don't really sustain you, that maybe sabotage you instead of helping. So let me give you an example. Imagine that you are on a health mission. You want to drink more water. You want to eat less sugar, whatever it is for you. I love to choose these examples because most of us can resonate with these kind of challenges. But what you do, your usual habit is you come in the door, you kick off your shoes, and you go to the fridge and you grab a soft drink, or you grab a biscuit, or you pour yourself something alcoholic instead of a glass of water. All those things that we do become habits. They become just ways we live our life. And if you want to change those habits, if you want to focus on creating healthy habits, then you need to get really aware of when they show up and how they work. In terms of a habit, we have a little sequence of events that happens. There's the trigger, there's the thought, there's the behaviour. So the trigger could be you walking in from the door. The thought could be, I've had a hard day, I'm going to get myself a treat from the cupboard. The behaviour is you going to get the actual treat. And all those things, they create a kind of habit cycle. Now, I've whizzed through this. There's loads more to it than that. But when you become aware of those habits and how they show up, you can choose to work with those existing habits and choose different behaviours. So the trigger could still be the same. You could still come in, kick your shoes off and go to the fridge or cupboard, but you select something different, something that's more aligned with what it is you're actually aiming for. And you know what? When you use rituals daily in life, this is like a bonus idea for you. When you use rituals daily in life to sustain you, to build up that strength, that resilience, that confidence, it can make a massive difference to how you show up for yourself in terms of your habits. So cultivate a ritual of expressing gratitude. Be grateful for where you are right now and, what you've got in life and the life you've got now. Even if it's not the life you want to lead ongoing, be grateful for everything you've got, the opportunities you have, whatever that is for you. Practicing gratitude for me has been the single biggest life-changing aspect that I've done in my entire life. And I started really easily just by noticing 3 good things about my day. Just not even really practicing gratitude around them, just thinking, what's been good about my day today? Oh, this, and this. And you can take that a stage further, and I dive into that in loads of different other videos. So really focusing on practicing gratitude, being grateful for where you are right now, what you've got, and then you can pay that forward in lots of different other ways. Here's an idea about energy to help you. So we all are energetic beings, right? We can walk into a room, we can feel the energy. We know sometimes we feel drained or we feel energized. We notice our own energy. We just don't always pay attention to it. But how we show up and what we do with our energy is also important. So I'm a natural energy giver. Maybe you can feel that coming through the screen for you right now. But sometimes people take that and sometimes it leaves me feeling drained. So I've had to work really hard on making sure there's a fair energy exchange in what we do. And that's, in conversations, in supporting people, in whatever aspect. But you can think about this in a different way too. Think about maybe you go to work and you get paid to do a job. You're having an exchange, and it's an exchange of energy, but on a money basis. You're showing up and you're giving your energy and you're getting paid in a money energy for the work that you do. So everything is an exchange of energy. And in an ideal world, our energy would be perfectly balanced all the time. We're not in an ideal world, right? So we're dealing with juggling our energy. And of course, from an internal perspective, there are things that help us to be energized. The food we eat, the amount of water we drink, how we hydrate, fuel, and what we do with our sleep and rest and activity, and all of those things all make a massive difference to our own energy. But we also should be aware to protect our energy, to think about those people who we interact with that constantly drain our energy, and to be aware of that, and perhaps even limit your time with those people. So energy is a finite resource. If we give too much of ourselves to others, we will find ourselves depleted and not able to care for others, let alone for ourselves. So if you want to live a truly happy life, a life where you can be even better, protecting your energy needs to be something that you focus on. And that could be just simply prioritizing you in a bit of self-care, reading a book, going to grab 5 minutes of peace by yourself. I know that can be a challenge sometimes, but it is possible. So think about what you can do to protect your energy, to keep yourself showing up as the amazing human being you are. So all of the ideas and tips that I've shared with you affect how you show up for you in your own life every day. And they can all be changed in an instant. These are all strategies that you can call on, you can check in with, you can have a go with. You don't need to go all in on all of them all of the time. I definitely find that I ebb and flow around the things that I focus on based on what needs to be the priority right now. And that is okay. Sometimes I'll find that something becomes a priority because I haven't focused on it enough. It's okay, it's a sign. I just need to pay attention and then take the actions needed. So all of these ideas are there for you to call on to help you to shape your life into something that is a life that you really love living, a better, happier life for you and for everyone around you. Let me know what tips resonated with you most this time and what you're going to be doing as a result of it.